Before I get into talking about how Jimmy Kimmel's comments reflect today's gaming space or how gaming culture has changed, I think it's important to mention that whatever hate Jimmy Kimmel got was unjustified. Criticism is one thing, but those people did, an overwhelming majority of them, with death threats, which is never tolerable, or just in general like hate or speaking inappropriately. I think that was totally out of line. I do think what Jimmy Kimmel said was a little insensitive and ignorant. However, if you're trying to change a person's view, what the gaming community did, a lot of them who spoke back, that's not going to change their view. That's going to make it worse. It's going to change the view for the worse, not the better. And I think that there needs to be more accountability then and now for people who are toxic or who just abuse their voice on the internet or gaming in general. But a large reason why this is why gaming culture I don't think has changed for the better in regards to the community aspect, like for most games, is that accountability is not really growing at the same rate that it should as the player base or in general, and the systems used to track people or keep people accountable who are toxic and who abuse their voice is not adequate. And I do think that a large portion of that isn't the game developer's fault, or the creative directors or whatever. I think it is people who are in the company who, like the people who invest, or like the stockholders, or the people who run the business side of it. They don't want, because they know people like that who are toxic and rude are a large minority, and they don't want to hurt their business. So they try to be more lenient with them, or try not to permanently ban them, or take as serious action, or invest in trying to stop them. Even the top esports players get away with it a lot of times. Like one of them said something very rude about the Brazilian region from Valorant, and he was condemned by social media. I think too much, because the death threats came back again. And hating someone who's hating to an extreme extent leads to more hate. But what he said caused a lot of problems, and it was really bad what he said either way. And there was no accountability for him, like from the company in general. So I do think that that's lacking in the gaming community or in the internet in general. What I would say is positive about the changes in gaming culture is that it's more recognizable and it's more respectable being good at games now. I think people tunnel vision on that sometimes, which may be a negative, but it's not seen as much as a joke if you're talented in games. I don't condone people who drop everything for that, who drop out of high school or college when they haven't made anything yet. I think it's just foolish. I think that esports athletes also give a lot of hate, or sometimes content creators, to the game developers unfairly. They don't give criticism. They give a lot of times just flaming them for for working on a game. They only think what's best for them. They don't understand the game developer's perspective and how they want to make the game more widely appealing. And I think I think in general most esports athletes aren't capable of doing much outside of esports. Some of them are, and there's a lot of good ones too, but a lot of them just are good solely at that thing, and I don't think they blame game developer, but none of them would be good game developer for the most part, and they just put hatred and what their opinion does is changes the opinion of the community as a whole. So when the top players do something bad, which send hate to influencers, people like Jimmy Kimmel, or the game developers, their followers kind of think it's okay then. And I think we need to hold top people more accountable, and that would fix a lot of toxicity problems in gaming, or in general on the internet. That's just my thoughts on it though.